darling. How are you, first of all? How are you guys?
Fine, thank you. Fine, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. How did you find last class? Was it nice? Was it useful? Some people said that it was quite boring and they didn't feel like really excited and didn't feel like interested in continuing till the end of the class. But again, as I told you, the last class was very much theoretical. That's why some people, especially those who are very practical people, engineers, doctors, and pharmaceutical people, and those people are their mentality is very practical, so they don't like too many words or too much words given at a time, right? Okay, so let's go back to our speaking part, which is number one, CC. What does it refer to? CC. Come on, guys.
Cohesion and coherence.
Very good. Cohesion and coherence.
Coherence and cohesion.
Pronunciation means? No one?
They will not evaluate how if you are pronouncing in a certain accent or not, but if your words can be they can understand your words.
Clear. Clear to examine.
Words are clear enough. Your ideas could easily be reached. Okay. Number three, lexical resource, which means the vocabulary word. And by the way, for the lexical resource, unfortunately, the low range of vocabulary words will not be counted or will be counted low. Like, for example, you cannot use the word big, small, fat, thin, beautiful. These words are very low words of vocabulary, right? If you want to get a high band score, like band score is 7 and above, at that time you have to seek some high range of vocabulary words, which will take your score band up with more words you use. The more of a higher range of vocabulary words you will use, the higher your score will be. Okay? So please make sure you use a higher range of vocabulary. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Instead of saying that that girl is so beautiful, what other alternatives can I use? Beautiful.
Maybe we can say gorgeous.
Gorgeous, excellent.
Nice, handsome.
Handsome cannot be for the girls, actually. Handsome is usually for the males. So gorgeous.
Cute, maybe cute.
Cute, which is usually for babies, but that's fine. Okay. Cute.
Adjective?
Yes, any adjective.
And nice.
Nice. Well, nice is still low range of vocabulary words. So can I use the word, for example, fabulous, amazing,
Yes.
eye-catching, attractive, yes?
Appealed.
Appealing, very good. Appealing, yes. Attractive, but splendid is usually she has a splendid beauty. Splendid beauty could be, all right? So in this case, we can easily find alternatives for the low range of vocabulary words. For the word big, for example, can you use any other alternatives? Big.
Gigantic.
Very good. Gigantic. Huge.
Huge.
Yes. What else?
Huge.
Do you guys know this word?
Mess.
Huh?
Mess.
Massive.
Massive. Very good. Massive. Massive. Very good. Or gigantic. Have you ever heard about this word? Gigantic. I write the word gigantic like this. Gigantic. Gigantic. Gigantic.
Can I add one more word? Humongous.
Sorry?
Humongous.
Yes, humongous. Very good. Or many other words. Okay, we can use the word mammoth if you're describing an animal, for example. A mammoth is a certain animal that is known in the Ice Age. But again, the word mammoth itself could mean huge. Yeah, if it is big and it's very splendid, like it's full of majesty and full of beauty, you can say grandeur. 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 Yeah, beauty and grandeur, which means splendid beauty, a beauty that's, like irresistible. And by the way, irresistible is another word for the word beautiful. Irresistible. Okay? So easily we can say that, please, for the lexical resource or the vocabulary that we are going to use, we're not going to use now on, inshallah, we're not going to use the low range of vocabulary words. We will use better or higher range of vocabulary. Okay? And finally, we need to use GRA. GRA, who can at least guess? GRA means what?
Grammar.
Mainly the grammar for the sentence.
Yes, GRA is grammar. Very good. For the grammar, what do I have to do? Can you guys guess?
Speaking the right sentences.
Very good.
Sorry, in the right
Yes.
I would say tenses.
Very good. Speak in the right. That's it. Number 2. Any other idea?
Variety of kind of sentences, complex and
Who are you following on YouTube, Mohammed? No, Abdul Hakim. Abdul
Hamid.
You're following me, definitely, right?
Yes, sure. I follow you, Abdullah.
Yes, excellent. Variety of sentences. Variety of sentences is one of the major things that we're going to talk about today. This is a sentence. Okay? So number 1, to use the right and the proper tense. Number 2 is to use a variety of sentences. And we're going to explain it today in details. All right? So these are the 4 things that we're going to be counted on and your speaking will be evaluated on. Okay? 4 main skills or 4 main criteria. Number 1, CC means coherence and cohesion. 2, pronunciation. 3, ashwaq. Yeah, ashwaq. LR. What do I mean by the word LR? Well, are you there?
Yes, and we mean the vocabularies.
Yes.
Using the right vocabulary.
Very good. Lexical resource, which means the vocabulary that you're using, whether it's convenient or not. Excellent. What about Ala? GRA.
Grammar.
Grammar.
Right grammar.
And Nazik, what do I mean by the word grammar? Grammar means what? Nazik? All right.
Sorry, I was
Yes.
grammar means grammar. Azan time.
No problem.
It means grammar, using the variety of sentences and using the right tenses during speaking.
Excellent. Now we'll move. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for being concentrating. All right, and now we're going to move to the most important tips to start speaking. Okay? What are the tips that will make or that would enable us to speak properly? Okay? Number 1 that I must talk about. It's a must. You guys can tell me what's the difference. May, do you know the difference between should and must? May? Yeah, May.
Excuse me, I have a problem in sound, I think. I have a problem in sound. I can't hear it.
Okay, can you guys mute the microphones, please? Mute the microphone. Everyone? Thank you very much. Now, can you hear me well? A minute. I think that some of you don't know how to mute their microphones, right? Yeah? So, well, I can mute all the microphones from here, but it's better to leave it for you so that you can open or mute whenever you want to. It's a must that you have to share us, and whenever you are given a question, you have to answer the question back, please. I want to maintain your focus with me, okay? So I won't let you go. Okay, I have a problem in hearing your voice. Okay, Ella, Amay, no problem. You can sit next to Abdul Hamid, that's fine, if you're in the same place. Okay? So, let's continue. Now we're going to move to something else, which is the most important tips in order to start speaking properly. And believe me or not, I will give you this tip. And this tip, if you start applying it, I can guarantee to you that your whole life may change because of following this technique. How's that? This technique would change the way you think and the way you express your thoughts and your ideas. Okay? What is this technique? This technique actually is, in brief, number one, to introduce your main idea. Introduce your main idea. And then after that, you go for supporting details. And finally, you move to an example. So again, I'll write it down so that you can understand it and memorize it by heart. If you want to introduce any idea, you have to speak it out, giving a main idea. After you give your main idea, you have to go for some supporting details. Supporting details. And finally, you can give me an example. In this way, I can bet that your idea will be very, very easily reaching to the other. So if I'm assuming that the main idea looks like this, and the supporting details look like this. So if this is a human being, would it stand without these four legs? Never. It will fall down. Would it stand without an example? It may stand without an example. Yet, an example supports its being and supports its being very stable in its place. Understand it? Okay? Mm-hmm. So, if I say, for example, I'm going to give you now one small idea, which is I consider to be a main idea, all right? If I want to tell you that I am a clever athlete, I'm a clever athlete. Do you know what's athlete? Like
yes,
sportswoman, sportsman, sportswoman. Not exactly women. Women can be like weightlifting or gymnastics, whatever. You're practicing some kind of a sport. This is an athlete. So if you want to say or to prove to me if I am an athlete, I want you please to start writing down now in your paper. Start writing down four supporting details to this main idea. So if the main idea is I am a clever athlete, how would you convince me that you're a clever athlete? Give me four supporting details. 2 minutes now. Quickly, stop. Bismillah. Start writing four supporting details to this idea to convince me that you are a very successful athlete.
Training daily?
No. Write them down, Ya Abdul Hamid.
Write them down, sorry.
Yes, no problem. Write four supporting details. Okay, done? Then I'll go one by one, okay? I will tell you your turn so that you memorize your turn quite well, okay? So I will first start with, I'll go according to the order that I have here. So Ala, Rida, Abdul Hamid, then May, Mohammed, Naz, and Al-Zahra, and Ashwaq. Okay? Now I would like to listen to each one of you now. Ala.
First idea.
Don't say
I
first.
practice in.
No, just a minute, please.
Oh,
Give me
just
more
speak.
supporting details quickly, directly.
Okay. I practice intensively. I eat healthy, and as a result, I won a lot of championships. And I'm keen on be further better athlete.
Excellent. Okay, great.
Yeah.
You're trying your best. Okay, Rida.
Okay. I'm a clever athlete. The main point, I can stay for a long time. I can stay for a long time. Okay, I can do okay, I can run for long distance without feeling tired.
Excellent.
I do all my chores
All by
in
myself
time.
without a maid. I do all my house chores without a maid, right? That's perfect. Yeah, okay. Such a good housewife. What else? These are two. More. Do you have any more? Or shall I let you think?
Yeah.
I'll let you think. Abdul Hamid. Abdul Hamid, you ran away? Are you there?
Sorry, I mute my mic.
No problem.
Now, if I'm clever athletes, practice this sport since I was young. Training daily, eat healthy food and sleep well. Try to motivate others sport.
Excellent.
To be a role model for them or something.
Salam, perfect. Excellent. These are 3 or 4?
4.
4? Okay. Thank you very much.
4.
Okay,
I can add more if you want.
Thank you. Thank you very much. May. May, you're muted, dear. Let me unmute. Okay. Yes, go ahead.
To be a clever athlete starts with healthy food and exercising, regular exercise, and not less than 2 to 3 hours per day. And as a clever athlete, I can run for a long distance. As a clever athlete, I can lift more than maybe 60 or 70 kilograms.
That's impressive.
This is a 4.
Great job. Thank you very much. Yeah, these are 4. Mohammed, thanks a lot. Mohammed?
Yes, so I would say I'm exercising on a daily basis in order to keep my fitness at a good level. The second point that being a professional athlete, I'm keeping a healthy lifestyle by sleeping early, eating healthy food, because at the end of the day, this will affect my, let's say, performance within the field. The third point that I like to work in a teamwork. So knowing that I'm a professional, let's say, football player, so always I try to work with my team to achieve the final goal defined by our coach. And finally, due to all these reasons, I helped my team in the last season to achieve the championship.
So is this an example, Mohammed?
It is not an example, but
it is an example. I would
never the last one.
That's an example. Yes, it's a supporting example, not a supporting detail, because you're talking about your own experience. Yeah? That's an example. And yours, where your presentation was really amazing. Excellent. You know what, Mohammed, I like about your presentations is that you're so organized. And I guess that I'm not the first person who tells you so, right? Yeah. Well done. Naz, thank you very much. Naz?
Yes, hello. Firstly, I'm going to say that I work out every day for an hour and a half. So, and the second one is I make sure to eat a balanced diet and maintain my BMI, which is body mass index. And the thirdly, I like to play squash once a while because it's one of the favorite sports activity. And fourth, I keep my knowledge updated by following the fitness news or fitness information.
Oh, mashallah. Naz, your presentation is quite good. But you know what? I have some comments on your presentation. Some words
Yeah,
were
sure.
misplaced. Like, well, your vocabulary words are very, very high. But, you know, like, for example, using the word eat with a balanced diet. Eat a balanced diet is incorrect. You can maintain a balanced diet. Maintain a balanced diet. Or eat, if you would like to use the word eat a balanced or eat balanced meals. Okay? Because we don't eat diet. Do you eat diet?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you maintain the diet. Yeah. Or you follow a certain diet. Another thing, which is the thirdly. I can't say the thirdly, it's thirdly. Don't put the before thirdly. All right? Good job. Thank you very much, Naz. Zahra?
Yes. Eating healthy bodybuilding food, organize my day according to a healthy body clock, yes. Number 3, exercising daily. Follow my coach instructions carefully.
All right. So definitely have some comments on you, but I believe that I will add a lot of comments once it comes to giving you all the comments for the speaking part. Okay. Finally, I'll move to. Thank you very much. I'll move to Shuruq. Ashwaq. Ashwaq.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes. I'm on diet. I eat high protein food. I'm walking in an open air every day for 1 hour, and I'm going to gym three times per week.
To the gym 3 times per week or 3 times weekly on regular basis, like 3 times a week or 3 times weekly. Good job. Excellent. Thank you guys very much. So here, you guys are doing a great job. Number 1, we present the main idea, and that was a very clear example to what I mean by a big idea or the main idea. Main idea means a big idea from which I can extract some supporting details. Then I can give a very good example, like as Muhammad did. He gave us a real life example by talking about his own experience and how did he maintain this group spirit among his team so that they can get the goal easily, right? So this was a very clear example of how we can support our main ideas, all right? You guys gave me supporting details. If I ask you now to start thinking about one example to support this main idea, what would you think of? Quickly now. Think about an example.
Example means person?
A personal experience, or you can talk about a certain study, like a certain paper or a scientific study, statistics or numbers, okay? Something, an article that you read in a magazine, for example, that would be a good example. So talk about yourself, your own experience, someone's experience, or a study or statistics from a magazine or a paper.
For me, my job is done. I did 2 in 1.
Yes, you did 2 in 1. Yes, you hit two birds by one stone. Do you know it? It's, by the way, it's the same in English. Hitting 2 birds on 1 stone.
Trying to avoid sugar and carbohydrates in my food because I read some articles about the sugar and the carbohydrate will convert to I don't know the medical expression, but I think
high rate sugar in the blood.
Blood, you mean blood sugar?
Yeah, high. I don't know the medical expression.
Yes. Right.
But eating proteins is more useful.
Okay, so you mean that, well, having big amounts or taking, you know, when I say the word intake, the intake of high or large amount of sugar would lead to so many diseases. That's why you try to avoid taking sugar for much or a big amount. Because they are called, or it's especially the sugar and the salt are called anyone can continue. Salt and sugar are called the
What?
The white.
Bravo, ya Muhammad. What? White poisons.
White poisons.
Poisons.
Yes, white poisons, excellent. Because
poison.
sugar and salt both are considered to be white poisons. So this was idea number one. Thank you very much. And now I would like to move to, for example, May. May, do you have an example?
Yeah, I think as I read before that athletes depends mostly in their food on proteins to build their muscles and to get the required nutrients from proteins, as fats and sugar harm their body.
Muscles.
Okay.
Okay, impressive. I love this presentation, May. The vocabulary words and the verb structures and the sentence structures that you made, was really nice. Thank you very much. Okay, she used many good vocabulary words like muscles, proteins. She used nutritions, yeah, and also bodybuilding, which is so cool. Cool words. These are cool words to be used. Excellent. Okay. So, have you ever heard about al-aql al-salim fil jism al-salim? Have you ever heard about it?
Yes.
Well, how do we translate it in English? Any idea? A good mind is in a
Healthy body.
yes. A good mind is in a good body. Like a phrase, a word we have to memorize. A good mind is in a good body. All right. So if you want to keep your mind healthy, you have to keep your body healthy as well. Okay. So that was number one. Number two, which is, well, if you have a certain question or if anyone is asking you a question in English, guys, would you please mute your microphones now? If someone is asking you a question in English, oh, time flies with you. Only 5 minutes are left for this session, but we won't have a break in between. I'll go ahead with the second session quickly, okay? So number two, this was number one. So guys, number one was to start with the main idea, supporting details and example. Number two is what really matters. You have to use introductory phrases. And what do I mean by the word introductory phrase? Introductory phrase. Anyone has an idea? What do I mean by the word introductory phrases?
Well,
what else? Well, that's it.
Initial phrase.
Initially, okay. Initially, basically, as a matter of fact, from my own experience, that's a good question. That's an intelligent question. That's an easy question.
Tricky question.
I'm afraid that that's a challenging question.
Tricky.
Unexpected or tricky question. Excellent. As a matter of fact, well, that question takes me back to, from my own experience. Would you like me to write these down?
Yes.
I think yes. Okay. So
yes, please.
Introductory phrases like, well, as a matter of fact, from my own experience, That is a or an. So you can choose whatever adjective you would like to add to your question. That's an easy question. That's a difficult question. That's a challenging question. That's an unexpected question. That's a what? Surprising question. All right? Or you can start with, well, it takes me back. Well, I like this question. Because it takes me back. It takes me back 20 years ago. That would be a very good introductory sentence, especially if she's asking you or he's asking you about something that happened in the past. If she's asking you about your childhood, a good memory that you still memorize from your childhood when you were 5 years old, for example, right? And these years would definitely be changed. Okay, do you understand what I say? Anyone find it difficult?
No, it's easy.
Okay, we also can use honestly speaking. Honestly speaking. You can use the word basically. Initially. And so many others, by the way. Okay? So many others. Okay. You got me? So please, whenever you receive a question, sometimes the examiner asks you a question and all of a sudden you feel like you are taken by the question. Taken by the question and you get absent-minded and you keep on thinking, what should you do? What should you say? And you forget about this. Therefore, what I ask you to do, start practicing. We're practicing from now, from that moment. Never answer a question without putting an introductory phrase. And by the way, that's a quite controversial issue. Honestly speaking, at some certain time when I was discussing it with one of the native speakers, especially those who are teaching IELTS too, he didn't agree on me giving some given cliches to memorize. He said that no, we don't have to memorize anything because people want to know when to use what. So for example, if I'm asking you about your last trip you went to, does it need you to say honestly speaking? Does it need honesty?
No.
It doesn't.
No.
Unless you want something, you want to express something that really needs honesty. Like for example, you can say, honestly speaking, my last trip was 30 years ago. Yeah? Something that needs honesty. Other times, for example, from my own experience, if she's asking you about the style you're wearing, the style